Alright, hello, welcome. I took a little break from the recent political vids I've been making, just because I've been working my ass off doing those the last couple days, so I just wanted to do something a little bit fun, something that I wanted to do just because I wanted to do it, not do something that needed doing. So, what I've got in front of you tonight is a Hogue EX-01. As you can see, it's the Gmascus green and tan version with a 3.5-inch drop point blade and a stonewash finish. The blade's made out of cryogenically treated 154 cm, and it has a 59 Rockwell. The stonewash finish is kind of, I guess I'll call it large grain in appearance. It's still extremely smooth, but it just doesn't. It's got kind of like a galvanized look to it, which I think is really cool. I do like the really fine stone washing, but this is different. I dig it. It was just, I think it's a perfect choice. I mean, because that just looks awesome, don't you think? Black would be cool too, but I'm really liking the stone wash finish. I'm doing this video in HD, so I gotta fly through it. But you see that cutting edge? Do you see the polish on that thing? I mean, and the grind too. It's perfectly symmetrical, like millimeter perfect symmetrical. And like I said, that polish on that the grind is extremely good. It's like a mirror finish, like I just said, and it's like a surgical instrument. Scalpels are highly polished, so when they cut through flesh, they don't offer hardly any resistance. If you run your finger on the cutting edge away from it, because this thing is razor sharp, it feels soft. Like you're running there, yeah, smooth, whatever, and then you touch that cutting edge, and it feels soft. You're gonna have to do this to get what I'm talking about, but it's just so smooth, and there's no resistance when you're running your finger along it. It's incredible. I've never seen a factory grind as good as this one. Moving on, blade opening. Silky smooth. I mean, there's no other words to describe it. Silky smooth. I mean, it's just fantastic. I've never felt a knife like it. I've handled some real high dollar folders, and this is the smoothest opening knife I've ever had. That's my opinion, of course. I'm sure plenty of you guys are like, no, I've played with that thing and my whatever's better. Okay, fair enough. Just, I love this thing. What I want to talk about now is the stainless steel bolster that is isolating the pivot point, the button lock, and the safety. Quick note on that safety is, yeah, it kind of sucks. Safety on a knife, you gotta be kidding me. But listen. Extremely positive. Hasn't kicked on when I didn't want it to. So, pretty darn good if you ask me. I don't know what kind of bushings are in there. I can't see them. But, like I said, this thing opens so smoothly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was bronze and Teflon, or maybe even bearings. I don't know. It doesn't really say on Hogue, but like I said, absolutely smooth. Now, moving on to the handle. The handle is actually kind of small for a 3.5-inch blade, but I got medium-sized hands, and it feels like it was tailored for my hand. I mean, you do this, there's that pocket that your palm makes. Check this out. This is how I'm going to hold the knife. Where does the butt go? Right in that pocket. So, I mean, like I said, it feels tailored for my hand. If you've got bigger hands, you might want to go with a 4-inch blade, but if you've got medium hands, or you don't care about the amount of real estate you got in your knife, boom, 3.5 inches, beautiful. Like I mentioned earlier, it's the Hogue Gmascus pattern. It's the same stuff they used on the Sig Scorpion line. I had this knife next to the Sig Scorpion 1911 yesterday, and this is the same grooving in the handle scales on that 1911. And with this knife sitting next to that 1911, oh man, that's a sexy pair. Oh, it really is. Just can't beat it. You got some funky slats back here. I'm kind of on those. I don't know how well that'll actually hold up over time, because G10 is extremely strong, but it's brittle. There's always a trade-off. There's a lanyard post back here, but it's kind of shallow. You might have a tough time actually getting one through. Something I do want to point out here is that these screw heads, I know it's kind of hard to show you just because the reflectivity of the knife, but if you look very closely, you can see the difference between this screw and this screw and this screw. I mean, they're all the same size Torx head, but they seem like they got like the crappiest screws on the planet. They work fine, but they just don't look right. So I'm gonna have to go to Tacoma Screw and get new hardware for that pocket clip. Speaking of the pocket clip, oh my God, what were you thinking? A spoon? Okay. I'm gonna get another one of these and then grind it down, see if I can fix that. I've seen modded EX-01s before, and they do look a whole lot better, but I'm not gonna start grinding on this thing until I have a replacement. Speaking of that, it's tip up, tip down, one way, or one side, right hand only. Sorry, lefties. And it actually screws into these helicoils, I guess you'd call them. Now, that's the closest thing I know. They've got like a little lip on the back side, so they won't pull through. You won't have to worry about that. I was actually thinking about pushing them out just to get rid of them, because that's a total design miss, if you ask me. But other than that, and the screws, I think, and the pocket clip, of course, I think a well put together knife. Just good looking. Let's see if I'm missing anything here. Oh, jimping is none. There are these channels, however, and they may not be as effective as jimping. Well, no, they may not be as fast as jimping, but they're equally as effective in my opinion. Because you can really lock your thumb in here. I mean, here. Push down. That's what is on my thumb now. So you have here, 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 and here. There's 4 spots where you can lock your thumb in, and then, of course, the 4 spots on the blade. So, not quite as quick as G10 or jimping, but I do think it looks better, and that's a trade-off I'm willing to make. You may be wondering why they didn't mill another slot here. Well, because if they would have put a mill or a groove that size, use focus camera, right here, it would look weak. It wouldn't be, but it would just look wrong, and I would have been kind of, that's not right if they would have done it. So, I think they made the right decision by leaving this flat. Like I said before, beautiful looking knife. About 150 bucks, depending on where you get it. I think it's well worth it. You will not be disappointed with how sharp this thing is. The fit and finish on the blade, the lockup. Lockup. One thing I wanted to mention, I've been trying to think of this entire time while I'm talking, is when I first got it, there was a slight wiggle in the blade. Now, here. I'm trying to do this without shaking the camera. There's no wiggle now. What it was there was a small machining lip on the piston lock, and it was just given a little bit of give, and it took about 20-30 openings and a bunch of actuations to completely get rid of that, and now it's gone. So, button lock, kind of an ergonomic miss, because I've come up, tried to hit the safety to unlock it and the pivot screw. Something you gotta deal with. At least it's closing the knife, not opening it. All in all, I love this thing. Thanks for watching. I hope you like my political videos. I hope you are politically active, writing your representatives, telling them to protect your gun rights. It's very important. Everything follows the removal of gun rights. Historical fact. Alright guys, keep tuning in. I got 2 more political vids for you.